Hello all, this is the Casual Noob Gamer back to you with another video. Oh yeah, video. Oh, my hair is all disheveled. Here and laying down under the covers in the air conditioning. It is hot out. Yeah. So apparently Silksong, I think it's Hollow Knight Silksong. Silksong is releasing on September 4th. And some games are moving their release dates, supposedly to get out of the way of Silksong. Like, I know that every time there's a game showcase, usually a Nintendo Direct, an Indie Direct, an Xbox showcase, an Xbox show, because Xbox had the marketing rights. I think they still do have the marketing rights to Hollow Knight. Whenever those shows came up, there was always that prediction, and people would say that you break out the clown makeup, because people would say this is going to be the show where Silksong is going to get a release date and we're going to find out when it's coming out. And lo and behold, what wound up happening was Team Cherry, the developers of Hollow Knight and Silksong, or I think it's called Hollow Knight and Silksong. It's they basically did their own separate direct, because I guess like it didn't line up with where they wanted to officially announce it, because I think they wanted to basically get that announcement in before Gamescom started, because Gamescom this year in 2025, they basically allow people to play a demo, which from what I've heard people mention, so I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently the demo that you were able to play at Gamescom is the same demo that was playable at E3 in 2019, the last time basically the public saw the game. So they didn't change it much. And the reason, I don't know if this is officially, but so what's been said, the reason that they took so long was basically I'm paraphrasing or misquoting this, but they basically sold about 15 million copies of Hollow Knight, or the original game. So Team Cherry, because it's only like 3 people, they basically had so much money and they were just enjoying making the game and not having any crunch happen. Like there was no thing like, oh man, we got to get this game out, we got to pay the bills, we need to support ourselves. So they basically in all explanation, they had their money, and it was just like, we're just gonna get this game out when we get it out. So if you believe the rumors, or I don't know if this is even factual or not, but apparently Silksong was originally, I think it was supposed to be DLC for Hollow Knight, and it became such a big thing that they said, I think we have another game. And apparently there are backers. So the Silksong was kickstarted. So another thing that has gone on with this game is that they're not giving out review codes to reviewers for this game, because they want to be able to get this to their backers through Kickstarter first, because those people have been waiting for a very long time and had the they invested in Team Cherry to do this project. So they're kind of just saying, listen, the reviewers, you'll get it when it comes out. And that's it. I mean, listen, here's the thing. From what I've seen in the trailers, the trailer that they showed when they revealed it most recently, I think it was August 21st, I want to say, which was sometime last week, when they revealed it. I mean, the game looks like more Hollow Knight, but even better. Just better ideas, better. It's gonna be a better game. So yes, it was probably DLC, which I think it was, but it's gonna be a better game. So am I excited for this? Yes. Am I getting it? I am absolutely 100% getting this game. Even if the reviews do come out eventually and they say it's a bad game, I'm still getting the game to support the studio. But I will say this. Number one, I know at launch it is going to be digital. So when a game comes out digitally, only, especially only, or if I'm going to get a digital copy of a game, unless I need to play it at launch, I will most likely not get it at launch. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to wait for a deep discount sale, because for some reason, I mean, maybe because the eShop works again on Switch 2, I have been perusing and picking up games that are on sale. And a lot of games that I have been waiting on that were basically in my wish list are, at the point where I like to wait for like at least 50% off, but maybe a little bit more. But the point of this video is that I don't think that, I mean, over time they'll sell a lot of copies, but I don't think that it's going to do gangbusters, because I feel a lot of people are like, hey, the game basically is coming out digitally at first. And a lot of people also probably are like me. You probably have a backlog that is very large, and you haven't even gotten to the first game, which is Hollow Knight. And even though there probably isn't anything maybe story-wise, maybe there is something story-wise that's a continuation, but usually when you play a better version of a game, you don't really want to go back to the original. So I want to play Hollow Knight 1 first before I play Silksong. So since I don't even have Hollow Knight 1 started, I own it. I own it digitally and I own it physically. And that's another thing. There's most likely going to be a physical version of this game. Now, are we going to get into the whole, is this going to be a Switch 2 game key card? I think that they would at least make it attainable, like a higher price that a lot of companies are doing for Switch 2 games to be on cartridge. We're starting to see Mortal Kombat, I think it's Legacy, the Mortal Kombat Collection, whatever it is, that is on a physical cartridge, and it is a little bit more money on Switch 2. Yuka Replayly, which is a smaller game, but they had a lot of success on Nintendo Switch, and they are opting for a physical cartridge. I think they raised the price a little above, because I think the original ukulele was, I want to say $40 originally. The first one was physically, so Ukulele is $50. So that's a $10 increase, but they're also making, they're not just making the Switch version higher. They're making, whereas Mortal Kombat is making the Switch 2 version $60, and then the other versions for other platforms are 50. So you can read playlists just across the board saying, hey, it's just going to be 50. So that way, basically, the PlayStation players will contribute. If you get it on PlayStation, you'll also be contributing to helping, fund those Switch 2 cartridges, with stuff like that. So, Hollow Knight, Silksong, I am not getting at launch because I still haven't played the original Hollow Knight. I want to play that first, so there's no reason to jump into a digital game that is always going to be available. Well, for the most part, not always, but as long as the system store is up and you can purchase stuff, it should be available to purchase. So why would I jump into something, and then I might even get it at a discount if it's only available digitally. And that is, just what my buying habits have come to be. Although that being said, I am getting Kirby Air Riders at launch digitally, because that's going to be a game where I'm going to just jump in, jump out, kind of like a Mario Kart, where like Mario Kart World, honestly, like I boot it up almost every other day, and I do like a P-switch or two, or like a race, and then I shut it off. And I don't want to be, jockeying in and out like different cartridges, putting those in and out and then having to get up them. It's a little bit of laziness and a little bit also preservation of my hardware, because those cartridge slots can fail. I mean, knock on wood. Let me knock on some wood. My cartridge slots have not failed yet, and hopefully that does not happen. But yeah, let me know in the comment section, are you getting Hollow Knight Silksong at launch? Did you play the first one? Are you gonna get it and you haven't played the first one? You're like, I'm just gonna jump in because I want to be part of it. So I get it. I understand that kind of aspect, but for me, I can wait. I got a bunch of games to play. So, having a backlog is good financially, because I can wait for a game to either go on sale or just when I'm ready to play it, because I own, if you've seen in some of my videos, you've seen behind me the bookshelf I have with games. I have a lot of bookshelves like that. I have a very big collection that I've accumulated over the years, that basically I've picked up games over the last 10 to 15 years that just basically dropped down to like $10 to $15. So a $60 game at 10 to 15. I mean, yeah, if it's something that I may one day jump into, now I have that library. So that's also why I like physical games, because that is pretty much always there to play. Anyway, like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification to know when I put up my videos, and you have a great rest of your day. Later.